Hey guys, welcome to my nasty 808's drum kit. This was a fun project that I kicked off just experimentally because I wanted to create dirty drum patterns that had a lot of variation to it so I could really quickly get lots of different textures and lots of different unexpected things going on really quickly. So the way that I did this was I started with an 808 kit, all the original 16 sounds. And then I took that original sound and I processed each of those 16 sounds 127 times. So there's 127 variations of each sound. So, a lot of the variations don't really sound anything like the original. But if you like dirty sounds or industrial sort of stuff, or if you just want to add something pretty textural and chaotic in the background, this could really do some interesting things for you. So I figure let's go ahead and get started and I'll just show you what this thing can do. So got a basic drum beat here. So I just programmed just something real basic in here. By default, it just sounds like this. And that's already pretty cool, right? But now I can change the velocity of any of these parts, and that's where we get our variations. So, for example, this kick drum. All kinds of different variations of the sound. Same here with the closed hi-hats. Just loads and loads of different variations. So what I like to do is just kind of randomly go at it until something sounds cool. So I'll just go ahead and start here. And we can play with some extra sounds too. Maybe let's get a, that one might not have the variations. Let's go with the cowbell. And then you could come in, obviously, and change the volume of any of the parts. So maybe we want this to be more in the background. So once we got that basic idea, another cool thing that we can do is we can go from our groove pool, and basically you could just create a groove just by dragging any clip in. That doesn't necessarily create a groove, but what we're using this for, if I drag this back onto there now and use that groove, is the velocity. But when I change the velocity, it changes all of the sounds or all the variations in different ways. So you can play around with that as well, and that'll give you, over 100 variations of this. So lots of interesting variations. So this is a really great way if you want kind of those edgy industrial rhythms or just something cool going on in the background. This could really be something to explore. Another cool thing you can do is you could just put in, for example, in this case, it's just hi-hats or something, right? And then get loads of variety out of this by doing this. As you see here, I put a velocity MIDI effect, and then I've set this to random. So what I can do now is every time this hi-hat hits, this will change randomly which variation is being played. So, and of course you can go into the individual sound, and here, let me turn this off for now. So you could get a lot of crazy variations with something that starts really simple, or you could do the same thing with your kick drums. So we got that right now. I can put in the velocity. I'll just drag this over to the kick, and we'll do the same sort of thing. And just record that to audio and cut up the parts that you think sound the coolest. I created a couple other things here, like, let me just highlight these here. And once again, if I play with the velocity, because I'm using this groove on this pattern, then we get different variations as well. Loads and loads of fun that you can have with that sort of thing. And I also made this kind of groove where I mixed like a cleaner drum kit with this processed one and came up with this. And I tend to use the OTT on the drums. Without it, it still sounds cool, but not as fat. And then you could use whatever amount you want, from really, really nasty to a little bit cleaner. So yeah, that is the Nasty 808's, and it should be on my product page on musicsoftwaretraining.com. There should be a link to it probably around here. So yeah, if this looks like something that could be useful for you, check it out. The suggested price is $7, but if you can't afford that, you can name your own price. So go have it and enjoy.